What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Victor bringing you guys a quick video and an introduction to my YouTube channel. This is my very first video. This YouTube channel is going to be a multi-genre YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff that I love to do, a lot of stuff that I really take passion in, and I want to just take that passion and put it into the YouTube channel, something that I love to do, and that's talk about sports, talk about cars, and talk about music. So it's gonna be a YouTube channel reacting to what's going on in those three categories, and also reviewing or putting my take in to a situation that's happening within those three categories. So let's get right into it, man. We're gonna be talking today about Conor McGregor and what's next for Conor McGregor. There's a lot of different opponents out there, a lot of rumored opponents, a lot of speculation on who's his next opponent. And in my opinion, his next opponent is going to be Nate Diaz, because all roads lead back to Nate Diaz. Before I tell you why, we're going to check out the other opponents that are rumored and see why they wouldn't make sense right now for Conor McGregor. So we're going to start off with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje has always been a 155er. I don't think he's ready to go up in weight to 170. I feel like it'll be a bad matchup if he decides to fight Conor at 170. Another reason why I don't believe it's going to happen is because Justin Gaethje's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, he's not a fan of Conor McGregor, so negotiations for that fight would be a little bit tough. I just don't think Justin should take the risk of losing against Conor at 170, because he's never fought there in his whole career. He's been a 155er his whole career, so it just doesn't make sense. It's a dangerous position to put yourself in, especially if you're Justin Gaethje. I say just stay at 155 and hope you get a title shot soon. So I don't really think that fight would come into fruition, because Conor McGregor is just too deadly at that weight against someone the size of Justin Gaethje. It'll be a great fight to watch, but I think Justin would have a better chance at 155. So that's why I ruled that fight out. Next fight would be Khabib. Everyone wants to see that fight, the rematch. I definitely want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it over a Tony Ferguson matchup. That Tony Ferguson fight is super popular. I really want to watch it. It's been rescheduled like 4 or 5 times. I'm tired of waiting for that fight, and I don't want to see a Conor rematch over the Tony Ferguson fight. So hopefully Tony could pull through, hopefully Khabib could pull through, so we could finally watch a great fight. And it just doesn't line up for a Khabib rematch right now for Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor's ready. He destroyed Cowboy in 40 seconds. He's on a quick turnaround. He looks strong. He looks ready. He looks prepared. The thing is, if that matchup with Khabib and Tony end up happening, and then Ramadan comes around, Khabib's going to be looking at a lengthy layoff, and the timeline doesn't match up for that rematch. It will line up by the end of the year, but I don't think it'll be a quick turnaround like Conor McGregor expects it to be. So that fight is out for a quick turnaround fight. Jorge Masvidal is another rumored opponent. The reason I don't believe Conor would go for that fight is that because Jorge Masvidal is just way too big, man. I don't think Conor McGregor is ready for that fight at 170. He still needs a little bit more building at 170. He just got a good win off Cowboy, but 40 seconds wasn't enough to see into his gas tank, a glimpse at his gas tank. That's why I don't believe Jorge would be a good matchup right now. Jorge's been his whole career has been at 170, and I believe that Jorge would do better against someone like Usman for the title. It won't be as popular a fan favorite fight when it's Usman versus Jorge, unless you're not a casual fan and you're actually into the world of MMA. That's a great fight to watch. All I know is if Jorge ends up pulling off the victory against Usman, it will make the Conor McGregor fight a lot larger down the road when they do end up fighting each other, because that fight is definitely going to happen. Conor McGregor ain't no bitch when it comes down to shit like that. So I really do believe that fight would come into fruition, but not yet. I don't think Conor is ready for that fight at 170 against Jorge. Jorge's a killer. His striking's perfect. He's just a vicious, explosive fighter when it comes down to it, man. And I don't think Conor McGregor's ready for that just yet. I'm not counting Conor out in that fight. I just don't think he's ready just yet. I think he needs one more fight at 170 against Nate Diaz. I don't think he's going to fight Kobe or Usman. I don't think those fights make any sense, so I'm not going to even talk about those two guys. Jorge made sense because there's that going back and forth, bickering, but that's just smoke for a fight down the road. He wants a quick turnaround, and I believe Nate Diaz is the guy, man. Nate Diaz is ready. Nate Diaz is training. That trilogy is also a really popular fan favorite fight. There is a lot of unsettled business there. Everyone wants to see that trilogy matchup, and it's a fun matchup. There's no title involved, which kind of sucks, but hey, it's not always about the titles. Nate Diaz is a fan favorite, 209. He represents Stockton and Cali, so, you know, it'll be a great fight. I do believe Nate Diaz could edge a win if he takes it the distance, because we haven't seen a glimpse at Conor McGregor's recent gas tank. He is more committed. He is more motivated. You could tell Conor McGregor is coming to get everyone's head. He's just ready to fight everybody right now. And that's good, man. That's what he needs in his career. You know, he's a lethal fighter. He is precise. He is quick. He's explosive. I just don't know about his gas tank. I don't think he's ready for a Jorge Masvidal right now. So that's why I believe Nate Diaz is his next matchup. There's a lot of money to be made in that fight. There's unsettled business there. It'll be a great fight, just a quick turnaround fight for Conor McGregor at 170. Just makes sense. Just to do that trilogy, get another warm-up fight for 170. And if he could pull off a win there against Nate Diaz, then that would probably line up a fight down the road against either Jorge, or he gets the winner of Khabib versus Tony Ferguson, which is highly expected for him to fight the winner of Tony and Khabib at 155. But hey, who knows, man? It just depends on what Conor feels and what he's ready for. If he wants to stay at 170, wants to go back down to 155. I think that drain cut is really easy for him. It wasn't like him cutting down to 145, which he drained his complete body from all hydration. So I think it'll be good. It'll be a good matchup for him to stay at 170 right now, rack up a win. If he can beat Nate Diaz, I don't believe he could beat Nate Diaz, just because Nate Diaz is a stud, man. That fool's savage. He don't give a fuck. He keeps coming forward, and he's there to kill, man. So it'll be a great matchup, but that's a matchup I want to see. Let me know what matchup you guys want to see. Stay tuned onto this YouTube channel. Subscribe, like this video if you think I did an okay job or what I need to work on. Leave a comment and follow me on IG at Victor_B619. And see you on the next vid.